Hey, Cozy Rustic family. Ready to turn chilly evenings into warm, golden moments? Today, we're deep cleaning with intention and layering budget-friendly decor and easy DIYs that feel handcrafted and heart-first. Grab a mug, light a candle, and let's transform your home into a calm, cozy retreat for fall 2025 without overspending, stress, or complicated projects. Welcome in, friends. Let's make magic together. We're starting with a humble armful of branches gathered on a crisp stroll. Into a weathered crock they go, arching high and wild. The room instantly feels alive, rustling leaves, shifting shadows, and those imperfect stems that say, "Welcome home, autumn is here and staying a while." If you're watching with coffee in hand, breathe in that forest energy. No pricey arrangement, just nature's sculpture taking center stage. Tuck the vessel near lamplight so leaves glow at dusk, and let the branches frame conversations, meals, and the quieter moments between. Cardstock becomes a woodland when you cut simple leaf shapes and softly crease the veins. Thread them along twine and drape the garland across a doorway or shelf. It sways when you pass, catching lamplight like gentle flutter, whispering fall without overwhelming your space. Keep the palette sweet and restrained, craft, cream, a muted cinnamon. Let negative space do the talking so every leaf feels intentional. The garland guides the eye across the room, subtly tying together textures, colors, and the cozy rhythm of daily life. On the table, amber glass is the mood, warm, honeyed, and timeless. Cluster thrifted tumblers, thrift store bottles, and a few Bud-Vases. They catch candlelight like syrup, turning everyday dinners into slow, golden rituals where conversation lingers and time loosens its edges. Layer in linen napkins and a simple runner, then let the glass do the sparkle. Water, tea, or cider becomes part of the design. When morning arrives, those same vessels glow with sunrise, reminding you that beauty can be functional, approachable, and delightfully repeatable. A mushroom ottoman pulls the room toward playfulness without stealing the scene. Its rounded silhouette echoes forest forms we crave in fall. It's a perch for reading socks, a tray stand for cocoa, and a wink to nostalgia softened by cozy textures. Let it hover near a chair or fireplace, inviting impromptu lounging. No need to match. The charm is in the character. One quirky piece shifts the mood, turning tidy corners into storybook nooks that feel collected, personal, and perfectly imperfect. Straight lines rest while curves take the stage. Swap a rigid vase for something soft-edged. Trade a sharp bowl for a rounded cousin. Organic silhouettes welcome hands, soften sight lines, and coax the room into exhaling, a quieter geometry that pairs beautifully with weathered wood and wool. Place curved objects where light grazes them, letting highlights roll like gentle waves. The absence of corners feels comforting, almost familiar. Together, these shapes encourage meandering conversations and slower evenings, proof that form alone can make a home feel kinder to the senses. Now we lean into texture. A chunky knit draped lazily, velvet pillows with mellow sheen, and a nubby throw grounding the sofa. Each layer adds hush and hush again, making the room sound softer, as though footsteps and voices arrive wrapped in warmth. Textiles are the quickest mood shift. Rotate in autumn tones, but keep a few creamy neutrals so your eye can rest. When the evening cools, reach for the weighty throw. The ritual of unfolding it becomes part of the season's comforting choreography. The palette settles into warm neutrals, oat, sand, almond, then deepens with midtones, cocoa, plum, ochre, moss. Think library light and tea stains, layered intentionally. Colors mingle like friends, each supportive, each grounded, shaping a room that feels restful yet confidently expressive. Use the richer shades where you want the eye to land. Pillows, art, a throw at the foot of the bed. Let the neutrals carry the background hum. Together, they make everyday messes disappear into harmony and elevate even the simplest furniture pieces with quiet elegance. Grasses, wheat, and seed pods meet on a simple hoop to become a wreath that looks harvested, not manufactured. As you build, follow the curve, let pieces overlap, and leave negative space. The result feels light, sculptural, and almost windswept, like a field gathered and gently tamed. Hang it on a nail, a pantry door, or above a peg rail. Every brush passed releases a whisper of autumn. It's budget-friendly, endlessly customizable, and it ages gracefully, softening in color while keeping that wild countryside spirit alive for years. Brass candlesticks, vintage frames, and time-worn trays arrive with stories embedded. Group them casually, like old friends gathering for cider. The patina brings warmth without shouting, and every scratch becomes a constellation, guiding the room toward a collected, lived-in calm. Hunt slowly and layer deliberately. Mix eras, heights, and finishes so the collection feels unfussy. When candlelight hits the metal at night, the room blushes, a cozy rustic shimmer that costs little, but feels like you've wandered into your favorite antique bookshop. Evening arrives, and with it the soft insistence of candlelight, safe, flickering, and hands-free. Slip flameless tapers into those vintage holders. They glow through dinners, cleanups, and late-night reading without worry, creating rhythm and romance you can leave glowing as you drift to bed. Scatter the tapers across shelves and mantels to echo hearth light throughout the room. You'll get that ritual of lighting candles, minus the smoke. It's the easiest way to stretch twilight, turning ordinary moments into calm, cinematic scenes every single night. Let the mantel breathe with a simple arrangement, a salvaged mirror, amber bottles, and those foraged branches repeating the story. Vary heights gently and leave room for air. The fireplace becomes a still life that changes as the light shifts and the season deepens. Mantels like this are invitations. They say, pull up a blanket, press pause, and watch the flames reflect in glass. You don't need clutter, you need presence. This vignette roots the room, making the entire space feel naturally centered and calm. Take basic terracotta and coax out the years with a lime-washed patina. A sponge, a whisper of paint, and patience give you vessels that look discovered, not bought. Grouped together, they add European farmhouse texture and make humble branches or herbs feel elevated. Place them on a windowsill or console where sunlight can graze their new surface. That powdery finish softens edges and pairs beautifully with wood. The best part, they age further with time, gathering character the way good recipes collect smudges and notes. Handmade ceramics bring a gentle irregularity that calms the eye. Look for finger marks, wavering rims, and glazes that pool. These pieces feel like companions, useful, sturdy, and soulful, anchoring shelves and tables with a tactile honesty that suits fall's slower, more intentional tempo. Group a few near favorite books or a reading lamp. Let a single stem or wooden spoon rest inside. The subtle artistry holds space for quiet moments, reminding you that comfort grows when objects are allowed to be unabashedly, beautifully themselves. One large piece of art can settle a room like a deep breath. Swap in warm neutrals, landscapes, or abstract fields that echo autumn skies. The scale simplifies everything else, sparing you from overstyling while delivering a confident, grounded focal point. Let the artwork hang a little lower than usual to connect with furnishings. Complement it with soft lamp light instead of overhead glare. Suddenly, the room feels curated, cohesive, and calm, as if the walls themselves joined the conversation and decided to whisper. Plaid and gingham step in like familiar friends carrying warm pies. Drape a wool throw on the sofa, stack cushion covers on a bench, and keep patterns grounded with earthy solids. Nostalgia arrives quietly, bringing campfire memories and the promise of slow Saturdays. When the air chills, those patterns feel like a handshake from another season. They're classic but never stiff, especially mixed at different scales. Fold a spare throw at the foot of the bed, ready for naps that appear out of nowhere on rainy afternoons. Out on the porch, lanterns gather like friendly constellations. Tuck flameless candles inside and let them glow at twilight. Neighbors linger, footsteps soften, and the threshold between outside and in becomes a welcoming pause where you can shake off the day before entering warm. Vary the lantern heights along steps or beside planters so the light cascades. The effect is understated and old soul, a cozy nod to simpler evenings. It frames your doorway with hospitality, guiding everyone towards steaming mugs and seat cushions waiting inside. Scatter tiny amber bud vases on nightstands, shelves, and window ledges. Each needs only a single stem, dried grass, clover, or rosemary to feel complete. They function like punctuation, gently pausing the eye and letting small corners of the home exhale each day. Group them in threes where sunlight travels. As the day moves, their glass catches and releases glimmers, almost like blink and miss moments of delight. It's a miniature ritual. Refresh a stem, wipe a surface, smile at how little it takes to feel abundant. Design loves a little lift. Stack vintage books and wooden risers under lamps, art, or a favorite plant to vary heights. These layers create rhythm across surfaces, leading the eye in a gentle waltz from one cozy story to the next. Choose titles you actually thumb through. Usefulness is its own aesthetic. A carved riser or breadboard adds grain and history. Together they compose a flexible stage you can refresh seasonally, proof that composition is often about inches, not new purchases. Give plain glass vases a stoneware disguise with baking soda paint or texture medium. The matte, chalky finish introduces quiet heft without weight. Suddenly, supermarket flowers look artful and grocery budgets stretch farther while your shelves gain sculptural presence at home. Keep the palette restrained, bone, clay, soft gray, so the form sings. A trio of sizes builds an instant vignette on a console or dining table. It's satisfying to make and even better to live with, a small transformation that ripples through the room. Front doors deserve personality too. Gather planters with character, aged terracotta, woven baskets, or ceramic finds, and fill them with evergreen backbones, then tuck in seasonal accents. The porch becomes a gentle prelude to your interior's warmth, even on chilly, blustery afternoons. Layer heights by placing smaller pots on stools or crates, letting foliage tumble. A few trailing stems soften edges and hint at abundance. Everyone who visits meets the season before the bell rings, already soothed by a promise of blankets and cinnamon in the air. On the table, a whisper of mushroom prints feels playful yet grown. Think appetizer plates, napkins, or a small runner that nods to woodland charm without turning theme-y. Guests notice the motif slowly, like an inside joke shared across courses. Let the print mingle with solids and vintage flatware so it reads collected, not costume. It's the right dose of whimsy for slow soups and rustic bread. When dessert arrives, everyone's warmed by the story you've told without ever saying a word. We cleaned with intention, styled warm neutrals, thrifted treasures, and layered easy DIYs that stretch every dollar. If today's cozy shift inspired you, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss new episodes. Tell me your favorite idea in the comments. Your home stories keep this cozy rustic community glowing. See you next cozy week with more warmth.